So I came to the farm, fire up the Magnum, do some plowing around the bush where we calve out our cows. And of course the tractor's not plugged in. I forgot to plug it back in yesterday. And it cooled right off last night. It got down to like 10, 15 below or something like that. So it'll never start now. I guess we'll plug it in and go do something else until this is, well, at least 2 hours it'll need. This temperature, probably 2 hours it'll start, but. Okay, it is now after dinner. Let's unplug the block heater. Oh, by the way, I don't remember if I told you guys, but I got Rocky Mountain Equipment to put in a transmission heater type thing. I don't know how well it works, but I got them to put it in anyway for those real cold days for in the future. And I had to ask them where it was because I never did find it. Because they installed the transmission heater the same time they put the new oil cooler on. And it's right down there. Take a look. See it there? So there's a plug, obviously right there. They removed the plug, threaded that thing in there, and there's just a cap that goes over top of that where the plug is, which is right here. See? Just a normal steel cap type thing. Unplug it, put that on, just to keep the, crap off there. And then your normal block heater. You know what else I was thinking though? I'd still like to put a circulating block heater on this tractor. I think that would help too. But anyway, even though it's not very cold, I thought I'd plug in the transmission heater too and see if that makes any kind of difference. So let's unplug the block heater. And then that one, you got kind of a hassle though, hey? Like the easiest way I find is to go underneath here, crawl in here, you gotta bend down. It's kind of freaking awkward, to be honest. I don't hear anything, I don't feel it, but I mean, it's right inside there, so you probably won't really feel anything, but. Oh, and of course I forgot the cap on that thing, so now I gotta crawl back out. Crawl out of here. Now you need 2 cords. Like this, I don't know about this whole thing. Grab your cap. Gonna have to find somewhere to leave the cap. Underneath here, because I know I'll do that again in the future for sure. There. Doesn't have to be very tight either. But I was kind of thinking, like plugging in a really short extension cord. Plug it in down there, run it up here somewhere. We can't have it on the exhaust, but somewhere, have it sticking out right here even. So you just quickly plug the extension cord in real easy, but then how do you seal it up down there, right? Like, could you put some kind of like great big heat shrink over that or something to keep it sealed? I don't know, but I don't like crawling underneath there every time, so. Anyway, let's fire it up and go do some plowing. How's she gonna start? Oh, hell yeah. It is a little chillier today compared to what it's been the last few days. It got down to I think it was down to 15 below last night. This morning there, so it was a little chilly, but still fairly warm. I think it stays a little bit chilly like this at night for the next few days, for about a week or something like that. Then it gets back into the pluses about a week from now, so which might work out. So I bet you in another week we'll have calf on the ground. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Another thing I want to say, about that transmission heater. I was just thinking about it, and I remember them Rocky Mountain Equipment service guy telling me that that's not necessarily, like, it's more of a transmission heat maintainer than a transmission heater. You know what I mean? Like, he said, ideally what you want to do now with that tractor when you're using it in the wintertime, when you are done using it, you park it, shut it off, plug in that transmission heater right away. And it'll just kind of sort of maintain that heat where it was at. Sort of, I mean, it'll cool off some. But it's more of a transmission heat maintainer than a transmission heater sort of thing. So whether it works or not, I have no idea. I've never even heard of such a thing. So I guess I'll find out. I'll after I'm done using it today. I don't know if I'll get all the plowing done today. So what I'll do is plug it in as soon as I shut it off. I forgot to do that yesterday. Didn't even plug in the block heater after I shut it off yesterday, and I meant to, because I wanted to use the tractor today. Yeah, after I shut it off today, when I go home, I'll plug in that transmission maintainer and the engine block heater, because I'll probably need that tractor tomorrow too. And then we'll see if it does anything. There's no way to know though, is there? Like, yeah, because the tractor's not really going to start any better with the transmission heat. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so here's where we'll start. This is piled up manure, and I'm going to take the snow and pile it up on top of that manure on this side and on this side. Pile it up this way, all the way along there, both sides. And there's more to do around the corner of those bales over there. And probably some right in here too. I'll pile up some snow somewhere against that old shack maybe, or somewhere in here. The cows like to hang out right in here when it's windy kind of thing. And right inside there, the horseshoe we call it. I don't know, it looks like there's a great big tree on the fence. See it there? You can see the branches sticking out. Looks like a big tree fell on top of the fence there, so I'm going to have to deal with that, fix the fence now. But I think last year I kept the horseshoe closed off. There's not that many to calve out anymore, and there's enough room right here. East wind right, northwest wind, there's enough bale stacked there. Or northwest wind, they go on the other side of this bush over there. I got to plow over there too, so. Like I say, I don't think I'll get this plowing done today, but we'll see how much we can do. Okay, kind of like that. There was way more snow there than I thought. Like, it looks like there's just a little bit on the ground, but when you push it all up, especially on this side with the prevailing winds blowing that snow over that little bit of a hump that was there with the little bit of a manure pile, it was pretty deep on this side, and by the time you pile it all up, there's quite a bit of snow. And then what I got to do is I'll come back and put some straw down right along the edge of the snow there for bedding on both sides. And then what I do is I feed right along the edge of that straw out that way, out this way, feed right along there, shred some hay along the straw, and that keeps the cows right amongst here. And then, well, you'll see over there where I start plowing over there next. Or no, wait. I'm going to plow around here first. I like to try feed them right in around this bush. Other side of those bales over there too. Feed them all around into here as long as I can. And then once the snow melts, then they'll start wandering way out into the field and grazing grass, right? And they might even do that now with the taller grass showing. But I'm hoping they stay right in here sort of thing for the start of calving until the snow, quite a bit of the snow melts. And then once they start wandering, well, you can't do nothing about that. But I've been doing it this way the last few years now, and this has worked pretty good. Last year I didn't have to plow because there was hardly any snow. And by the time calving rolled around, they would just wander around right from the start. So it didn't really work last year, but it didn't really matter either, right? Because there was no snow out in the field to worry about. Okay, I'm gonna start plowing this snow kind of this way against this little shack all around here and make a nice little path for put some bedding down over there and right here. There. So that was the first pile I did. Piled it up around that old garage. Made a little pile right there too. Sometimes, or actually not sometimes, every year one of the cows calves right in that corner. There's a fence, barbed wire fence right there. One cow calves there, one cow normally calves there. Because I've been blocking off the entrance to the horseshoe there, just because the fence inside the horseshoe part is fairly rickety. It's not a very good fence, and I haven't really been maintaining it. So with the few cows we got now, I just close those gates, and I haven't really been using the horseshoe the last couple of years. On a real bad storm, I would probably, well, mind you, I'd have to plow it first and get them in there, but I haven't needed to use it, so. Okay, now we'll go over this way. Other side of that bale stack, you'll see another little manure pile, just like this here. We'll plow up all the snow alongside it over there. I think I'm gonna call her a day. I got both sides. There's two different manure piles here. Well, check it out. So there's kind of a, you can see water laying there. There's kind of a little bit of a dip right there because there's a slough. You can see the water over here too. See the water? It's right there. It all comes into there from the field, like all throughout the field, out this way and that way. It all flows down into here, into that slough, flows out here, into the bush, kind of sneaks through the bush and down and around, and there's a dugout over there, and there's a culvert across the main county road, and then into a great big slough. It's actually a lake. But anyway, that's kind of getting off topic here. So I got from there, the water, that way you can see where the snow is. That side of it plowed up. I got to do the other side of it, plow it up. And then here, from the water this way, over to there. You can see where the snow kind of starts over there. I'm sure I'll get this done tomorrow. Plow the other side of both these manure piles, and then I think that might be good enough. I can plow that, shred some straw for bedding, and hay to feed them right along here tomorrow after I get the plowing done. And I think I might even bring those cows across through that gateway tomorrow afternoon. Because with the due date, the 20, whatever it is, I forget, 22nd or something like that, you know, they'll come a week early, pretty normal. So by the weekend, we could be having calves on the ground. Well, maybe not calves, but might have a calf on the ground. And it would just be a hassle to have one calf over in that field, you know, to bring her over here. It's just a hassle. So yeah, let's try and get this plowing done tomorrow. Move those cows through the gateway into this field. Put some straw down, a bunch of hay down, and just keep checking them periodically and make sure nothing's calving. Away we go. But for now, I think I'm gonna go home. It's already freaking 8 o'clock. I didn't realize it was that late. That hour change really throws me off here. Heck, what is that, like the antenna falling down? That's weird. Okay, now let's remember to plug this block heater in and transmission heater, okay? Got the cord for the block heater. Now, grab this cord, crawl underneath here again, and I don't like this idea at all. All right. Crawl underneath here, wiggle my way underneath. Man, this is a hassle. I'm not doing this all winter. Take this off. Now, if I set this down, hopefully I won't forget it. Plug this in. There. And like I was saying earlier, the transmission heater is more of a maintainer of heat. Not like it won't really heat the oil up if you plug it in when it's cold. That's what the service guy tells me anyway. So yeah, whether it's actually going to help at all, I don't know. But I'll plug it in for the night, the block heater and the transmission heater, and see what happens tomorrow morning, I guess.